Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I'm just editing this next video coming out, comparing Autopilot between the Model S and the Model 3. You know, how similar they are. Autopilot has changed quite a bit in the last few weeks, and I wanted to compare the two. So I've got the Model S and the Model 3, and if you can't tell the difference, then you're not interested in Teslas anyway. But I have both of them here, split screen, and let me show you what I see. All right, here we go. You know what? Let's go full screen with this so you can see better. So what I wanted to do here is go over the two vehicles and show you the differences between Autopilot in the Model 3 and Autopilot in the Model S, because things have changed recently in Autopilot on the side roads. I'm not going to show you the highways at all, because those are pretty solid. How it drives on the highway, it's more so we really want to know how it's doing on the side roads, not on this Route 77, but all these little roads in between, because that's going to be where the full self-driving is going to be. So this is just some really narrow roads where I live, and I am going to tell you the differences that have happened in the last few weeks. I've synced up both videos, so they're almost identical. This first road is just out of my development. You see there's a cliff actually here where some houses are down the hill, and then there's really no forgiving on the side. You know, I tried to get the screen as much as possible. It's a little easier with the Model 3 because there's so much windshield. As you see here, it's a little shaky because I'm holding the camera. This road speed limit is 45 miles an hour. And let's actually zoom up a little bit. And you can see the speed limit sign is 45 miles an hour. The car is actually reading it at 55. Just a couple weeks ago, this road was still set at 45 miles an hour, and it would not let me go over 45 miles an hour at all. Now it's reading the speed limit as 55 miles an hour, and it's allowing me to do 5 over, which is pretty crazy for this road, because 60 miles an hour is too fast on this road, I think. 50 is a good range with Autopilot on here because of the narrow roads, and there's no forgiving. There's nothing really. I mean, here's some road, but it turns into trees up here. All right, I'm gonna play it up a little bit more. You see, I'm not adjusting any speeds on these. This is the car doing it on its own. And right up here, I mean, you see 60 miles an hour. Like I said, it gets narrow here. There's some driveways up here. Well, right up here is the lake, and on this side is a pond over here as well. So again, no forgiving at all on either side of the road here. All right, this road here, Route 77 is here. So this is a little bypass road to get the back ways around things here in Mooresville, because traffic is pretty bad. This road's straight. It's not a big deal, but this road used to be capped at 45 miles an hour. Now it allows me to do 5 over. Same thing over here. It sees it at 45. It's capped at 50, 5 over the speed limit. I'm not really trying to record this section. It's this turn up here where it gets a little tricky. Before it wouldn't slow down, and you had to grab the wheel because it could not take it. It would just swerve over into the next lane. And you can see, even with the debris in the road, it still sees the lines and does just fine. It uses this dirt as the line it sees on the left side or the right side. But you see this speed limit is 35 here. And you're gonna see the cars actually slow down for this turn. They didn't do this weeks ago. And you see they're slowing down to 39, both of them the same actually, which is really cool. I thought there was gonna be a difference here because the Model S has a better update for Autopilot. The Model 3 technically didn't get an Autopilot update. It just has Autopilot 2.5 hardware. And it's kind of cool to see the steering wheels turned on both of these. So I'm gonna play it through. And it stays pretty centered. It does go off. You see right here, the car does ride the line a little bit on both of them actually. You can't see it on this one, but they're almost identical spots on the road, which is pretty crazy, and speeds. So it's usually using the GPS and using the fact that we drive this road quite a bit here in Mooresville. Coming up here, they changed some roads a little bit and widened this, but made this a pretty sharp turn. Both cars did it kind of shakily if that's a word, but they did it. Nevertheless, they still made the turn just fine. The Model 3 actually slowed down for the turn where the Model S did not. Now this road here, This is another one by my development. It is a very narrow road, just like the first one. We're gonna make this turn coming up to this church. These are some pretty sharp bends. This road, it did not even like Autopilot very much. I don't know why I dipped the camera down there, but you see on this is a pretty sharp bend here. The Model 3 is slowing down because it's following this truck up here, this truck with a trailer. But that's the only reason why there's a difference in speed. You see it allows to go 5 miles over the speed limit, 45 miles an hour, 50. But again, we're slowed down here for the vehicle in front up here. So it's exciting that Autopilot is changing. It's getting better. We're getting that much closer to full self-driving, even though in the quarterly earnings report, Elon said we're about 2 years away from that still, probably late 2019 into 2020 before the government actually allows that. But it's just going to get better and better and better every year, which is awesome, which is going to save lives. It's going to make the road safer, not only for Tesla drivers, but other people out there on the road. It's going to minimize accidents. Once this technology gets into other cars, it's just going to make it safer for everyone, which is the whole goal, I think, of Tesla. I'm going to keep up to date on the new changes to Autopilot, how it gets better, what new things I find out. I'll make little videos on the changes Tesla brings out, because a lot of the stuff that they're bringing out isn't so much an update. In an update to the car, it's more of a lot of it is the neural network of how it's learning. So it's just, the car learns, which is really cool. It's got AI built into it. I'm excited for the future that Tesla's going to bring us. They are going to be, I believe, the top selling car. Right now the Model 3 is actually the best, almost the best selling car in the United States, mid-luxury car in the United States. Once they bring out the entry-level version with this lower battery and the all-wheel drive, it's going to blow the other cars out of the park. What Tesla's doing right now is amazing. I understand why other car companies are getting scared and why people are actually putting Tesla down in the news, because they're disrupting things, and that's a cool thing. It's a very good thing. I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and sorry for the cheesy intro. I kind of wanted to do that. It was fun.